Today we have JR, who is the father of a player I just finished working with named Max in our program. He's going to be going over kind of his experience as a parent and what he was able to see from his son's progress while working in the Backstop Built program. JR and his son Max are absolutely awesome. They live in Utah, and we're going to hear from him from a parent's perspective of everything and what he was able to see from his son and just getting in the program. So, JR, you have the floor. Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, no, I was a little skeptical, honestly, when we started. It's definitely a commitment in both time for my son and financially for us, but it's been worth every penny as we've gone through. I was really impressed to see my son going out at 9 and 10 o'clock at night into the either backyard batting cage or the garage to get his work in and get things done. And it didn't take a lot of prompting from me to have to do that, but the metrics have spoken for themselves to where his pop time has dropped by between a tenth and 2/10. He's also done some work in the gym to get his 60 time down, but the blocking is probably where I've seen the biggest benefit. He's always had a pretty good glove, but even that is better. By no means a finished product, and no 16-year-old kid is, but he's seen. I've seen a lot of really great improvements, and his confidence behind the plate has really grown, and that's been a huge benefit. He's gotten an opportunity now to. He ended up transferring high schools where he wasn't getting an opportunity, kind of log jammed at the position, to where he got reps in 2 games with the freshman sophomore team only as a freshman. Now as a sophomore at the new school, he's basically the probably going to be the varsity starter. Nothing's assured. He's got plenty of work to do, but that's where things are trending. And a lot of that is because of the work that he's put in, both with Brock and with his team coaches and everything else. So yeah, it's been a great program. It's been a great opportunity for him to learn and to grow, and the focus on the whole player and not just the skills aspect was really a big driving point for us at home.
Absolutely. Oh, and it was amazing to work with him. Again, you raised a great young man. Max is awesome. I love to hear his faith in Christ as well. The fact he's so bold about that, that's so awesome to hear. And I'm very proud of the work he put in. He's sending me video of him doing things in the garage, getting that late night grind, and it's like, man, that's awesome to see. Such a pleasure to work with a kid who has a great work ethic. And yeah, you like kind of tell us where he was last year, just because I know, or just before he came into the program in his development, what team he made, and why you guys decided to like look into a serious catching coach.
Yeah, so he was basically the high school has 3 teams, JV varsity, and then a sophomore freshman team, and he only got reps in that sophomore freshman team. In fact, they didn't even give him the jerseys to show up to JV or varsity games, which is a whole problem by itself. And he was pigeonholed behind 2 catchers who were actually his teammates on 14U, who he caught ahead of at 14U. And I don't need to go into political, talk here, but it sure seemed political with a new coaching staff that, frankly, wasn't my favorite. But he was frustrated and wasn't getting the opportunities. And at first, the idea was, okay, let's do this program and beat them out on the field. Then and then when that became evident that maybe even doing that on the field wasn't going to happen, that we may need to look for a new opportunity. One presented itself that with a little bit of work we've been able to make happen. But going to a school still at the same 6A division here in Utah, which is our highest division. It's a different region, so it's because it's across the valley from us, but really gives him an opportunity to get great coaching, and also have an opportunity to be seen, at the highest level of the game here locally. Let alone his club team, who where you've got playing in big national events this coming summer. So
That's awesome. No, I love to hear that. And then the ranking he just got as well, which is huge.
yeah, PBR had him as the 10th or 11th ranked catcher of his age group in the state, and number 34 overall. which, there's definitely some politics in those rankings, but he's climbing and got an invite to the invite only all state game that's in February down in southern Utah. So it's the only place you can really play baseball in February around here. So we'll be headed down for that to kind of show even further improvement. Hopefully, get that pop time down from a two flat to a 195, something like that, to really showcase that. Get his feet moving a little bit more. Work on his arm strength, because get the feet fast, get the arm strength faster. That'll move the needle. So, but I mean, he's a full 6'1" now, so we're trying to get some weight on him. But as a senior, if we can have him be, this height or maybe an inch taller and 195 or 200 pounds, I mean, that's a go play college wherever you want body. So it's just a matter of getting the skill set to match the God given attributes.
Yeah, 100%. And I know you said before we were working together as well, you were a little skeptical. Can you chat about just real quick? Like I know,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
um,
not a small amount of money, right? It's and we try and we try and do everything we can for our kids. And I've told Max that I will help everywhere I can, but it's his work to do. And I was gratified that he put in the work, and that he was able to see the results that he has seen, and hopefully we'll continue to see as he continues kind of doing the drills and everything else without the regular check-ins with you. So
100%. Yeah, would you say now after going through remote program though, you would say you're a believer after seeing the
oh, yeah,
result?
yeah, the results have been fantastic. Like we've seen really good results, and it's translated not just in the cage or on the practice field, but in the game field. I mean, there was he had, I'm not sure if we sent you a video of it or not, but he had one throw out this summer that was a low and away pick to a right-handed batter, and he kind of picked it and came up firing and threw the guy out. And it was funny because the kid didn't think there was a chance. He read dirt ball, and so he's like, "Sweet, I got second base." And Max threw him out. The kid was stunned. And I'm like, "Well, that's good. It was a great throw."
It's awesome. No, I think that's great stuff. I really am proud of him. Um, I know he's not done, but it is awesome just to kind of look at the blessing of where he's at now, because that's the
Yeah,
work he's put in, right? Like being the backup on the lowest team in your high school, and now you have a real shot at being the varsity dude all in 6 months, 6 to 12 months is like that's pretty insane. That's pretty
yeah.
insane.
It's I mean, there's definitely work to do, and there's other people who may take umbrage with the idea that he's going to be the number one guy. So he's got work to do. I know that there's a senior who thinks it his, and Max has other plans for him, but that's okay. So.
Yep. So proud of him. Uh, Last thing, for maybe another parent watching this right now who's interested in getting in the program, what do you have to tell them just kind of about overcoming that, I don't know, maybe mental block of like, is this going to help him? Just you speaking to another parent from your experience.
I mean, the biggest thing is, and we talk about this with our club a lot, but if you're the kid doing private lessons and then doing none of the work after private lessons, this isn't going to work. This requires work, and there's the dailies that you're going to do, but then also it's more than that. When they can have that internal drive, you'll get 10x the investment. If they don't have the internal drive, save your money, because it's not going to be a good experience for you or for them. Nobody, I mean, my kid definitely doesn't like to be nagged, and I'm still pretty good at it. But it's if they've got an internal drive to get better, the days that I'm proudest are the days when he asks me to come out in the cage with him when I want to do anything other than go out and throw a BP or feed a pitching machine. That's just, but I made the promise to him that I would do everything that I could to help him get better. And so, holding up my end of the bargain if he's holding up his. So that's the biggest thing. I mean, in the end, I mean, I think the money wise, it's, not all that different from having a weekly, private lesson, in whatever respect you're doing. So, but if you're not putting in the work outside of that time, it can be lost really fast. So as long as we're willing to put in the work, it becomes a no-brainer pretty quick.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate your insight on everything. But more importantly, as a parent, I want to appreciate you taking a chance on the investment. I know as a parent, there's a financial cost. There is kind of that like, okay, my son came to me from a guy on Instagram, like we're getting on
Yep.
a call, like, what is this? And then you're like, all right, I hope this works. So I appreciate you doing everything you can for Max, and I'm glad you guys are able to enjoy the results. I was super blessed to have him in the program, and yeah, you guys as a family take a chance on Backstop Built, because we're growing like crazy. But I'll always remember like you guys, just being like, yeah, we're gonna do it, and now you're happy about it, and I'm super thankful for that. So thank you again, guys.